Hello, my beautiful planty people, and how are you doing today? I hope you are amazing and wonderful. I am doing well. For those of you who are new, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nikki, and this is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And as always, for my gluttons for punishment who just keep coming back for more, thank you so much. It is amazing to see you as always. So, 'tis the season, folks. 2021 is upon us, and can I just say, thank God.
Bye, Felicia.
I will not be sad to see 2020 in the rear view. And I'm pretty sure that most of you can agree with me on that one. Anyways, so with a new year comes a new plant wish list. This video was actually a special request by a very special friend of mine. So, you know, I aim to please, and I figured it was probably as good a time as any with the new year upon us. So without further ado, you know, let's go check out all the things that I want and probably can't have in 2021. Okay, are you ready for this? So, there are still a couple things on my wish list from last year and from the year before that I haven't seemed to nail down, but I tried to keep this list with some newer things that I have come across that I am obsessed with right now. So, a little bit different from my previous wish list videos. I didn't rank these from, like, you know, 10 to 1 or anything like that. But you know, like if I, for the like the super have to have it one, I'll probably let you know. But I don't think there's any like super crazy ones that I have to have right now. Or maybe there is. You'll see. Okay, so I have them saved all on my phone. And let's just go ahead and start with this one. This one is still on my wish list. I haven't managed to nail it down yet, and it is the beautiful Alocasia dragon scale. Now this plant is haunting me. This plant is haunting me. It is so beautiful. If you guys don't know, I'm trying to move over so that I'm just gonna fall off the chair. So I love my Alocasias. I don't think this is news to anyone who has been around for any length of time. And I really do like these, what they call jewel Alocasias. So I've got the Maharani, I have the black velvet, I have the silver dragon. But this one is still on my wish list. One day she will be mine. I just love how deep that green is with the contrast of like the lighter leaves, and it really just, I mean, we see the other ones kind of look reptilian, but this one's got the greens to actually make it look reptilian, and I just can't. It's just beautiful. Okay, so that is the first plant on my wish list. Okay, this next plant, I should just like move over. Hi, Ansonia. I'm just gonna come hang beside you, okay? I don't want to squish you. Just move over there. Okay. Okay. This next one is beautiful. I have never seen one around. It is the Homolomina rubescens variegated. Look. It's stunning. So not only are the leaves themselves like beautiful with like their little ripples, and they look so soft, and then you have that gorgeous variegation. I haven't seen one anywhere. Message me, like text me, like, right? What am I talking? What? Comment down below if you've ever actually seen one of these in person. I need to know if this thing actually looks like it does in this photo, because if it does, it needs to be on my shelf. It really does. Oh, it's so pretty. I just can't. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Now, this one is one that has been on my wish list, and I was gonna leave it off, but you know what? It's still just there. because it's so pretty. And this, of course, is the Anthurium regale, and it is regale, whatever, potato. Anyways, it's gorgeous. It is stunning. The veins, the little like sinus, the cute little lobes. Like, I've tried to stay away, or I've been staying away from most of the velvet leafed anthuriums as of lately, just because it's, I don't know, I'm just like not super taken with them as much anymore. I have some non-velvet leafed anthuriums that I actually prefer much more. But this is one that I just, it's like one of those things that just like nags in the back of your head. It's like, you still need it. You still need it. I know. Anyway, it's beautiful. It is still on my list. It is stunning. It is the Anthurium regale. Okay, let's move on to my next plant. Okay, my next one is also an Alocasia. Now this one, I don't know if it was on my last wish list. It may have been, but this is another one, and it's going to help complete my Alocasia, my dual Alocasia collection, and it is the gorgeous, the stunning Alocasia Azlania. Now this thing is so pretty. It has these striking purple veins. Purple. And then an almost black like underneath, and it, like, I can just picture it sitting there on my shelf all purple. I don't know. Anyway, they're beautiful. And I know they have been kind of floating around in my area, so I am on the hunt for one. The only place that I've seen around here that has them was a little bit far away, and I just couldn't get there. Anyway, it's still on my list. And at least this one is a little bit more attainable because I've seen them around here, so. The Alocasia Azlania. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next one on my wish list is one that's not like crazy uncommon or anything. You guys have probably seen it before, but I don't have one yet. And I want one. And it is the beautiful, the pillowy Philodendron Xanum. It's so pretty. Now I have the Xanum silver, which looks similar, but it's got like the silvery markings like the mame, or you know, that sort of thing. And it's still small, but I want one of these plain green ones. I love the look of this plant, that nice bright white vein. It looks like I just want to sleep on it, like in a good way, you know, like a comfy, ruffly, cushy, I don't know, I just want to sleep on it. Like, do you know, I just want to sleep, I don't know. Anyway, need to have this one. I'm hoping it's not going to be too hard to find, but that is definitely near the top of my wish list currently. I am on a massive philodendron kick right now. Not that I really wasn't before, but I've been much more focused on philodendron than most other genus at this point. Okay, so again, Philodendron Xanum. Let's move along. Okay, so these next two I'm kind of grouping together. So one is significantly more expensive than the other. Now ideally I would like to find both of them. One will be extremely probably unattainable for the foreseeable future because it has flipped up into the thousands as far as the price for these guys is going, which is, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna, so these are them, the Philodendron Ring of Fire and the Philodendron Caramel Marble. And they're both beautifully stunning plants. The Caramel Marble is just like, especially in this photo, it is stunning. So it's the larger of the two in this picture. And the variegation is just so pretty. It's creamy. It does kind of remind me of those juvenile leaves, kind of remind me of caramel, and it's, I don't know, I think anything named caramel and you're just like, I need that. I think they name these things certain things for a reason, because you're just like, oh, it sounds so good. Anyway, so both of these plants are on my wish list, so that's kind of like a 2-for-1 sort of thing. I'm sure that I will find the Ring of Fire long before I find a caramel marble, but a girl can hope and dream. I'll probably have to keep doing that. Okay, let's move on to the next plant. So this guy I think may have been on my list last year. I think so. So it is the Philodendron Strawberry Shake. Now, I had an opportunity to buy some of these early in the year when they were a reasonable-ish price. And I was like, meh. But now, of course, that, you know, all the prices have gone sky high. These things are getting increasingly more expensive. And of course, now I want it. Because, you know, I don't know. Now, I've seen these ones with lots of really beautiful pink, but then I've seen a lot of them as well. The variegation doesn't quite come out that beautiful pink color. It's more like a brown or a yellow or an orange. So if you have one of these in your experience, let me know, because if you kind of like flip through the Philodendron Strawberry Shake hashtag on Instagram, like, most of them aren't quite as striking as some of them. Does that make any sense? Like, there are some that are very obviously pink and absolutely stunning, but then the other ones are like, So I think if I'm gonna find one, I have to find one that has really nice pink variegation, because that's really the draw of the plant, and if it doesn't have nice pink variegation, I don't really want it. And that might make me sound like a plant snob, but you know, you like what you like. And if I'm gonna pay a substantial amount of money for something, I want it to be what I want, right? Right? You're not gonna pay money for something if it's like, meh. Right. Okay, let's move on to the next plant. I don't even know what number we're on. Okay. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. So this plant I have never actually seen. I have seen it in a couple of diagrams explaining differences between plants, but it exists. It's out there somewhere. I imagine it's insanely priced. I'm sure that it's a cultivar of some kind, but oh, okay, I'm just gonna show you because you're gonna die. Okay, so this, we all know this plant, correct? So this is the Philodendron Florida Beauty. It has that gorgeous yellow variegation. It is stunning, it is beautiful. One of my favorite philodendrons that I have in my collection. But did you know that somewhere out there in the plant world, there is an elbow version of this plant? Now I may be like all excited and y'all are like, duh, Nikki. Okay. But I only ran across this plant maybe early this year, but I just like, I've never seen one. I've never seen one for sale. I've never seen it in anyone's collection. I need to track this plant down. I've got the yellow one, and now you're telling me that there's a white one? I don't know what to do with this information other than to put it on my wish list, and in hopes that one day I am able to actually come across one, because like I can feel the drool kind of like building up in my cheeks, you know, when you like salivate and then you're gonna, like, I won't do it, but it is so beautiful. So that is definitely on my wish list. I am obsessed with finding that plant. So, you know, I'm gonna have to like win the lottery or something, because I'm sure it's ridiculously expensive. But anyway, so let's move on from the gorgeousness and move on to some other gorgeousness. So the next plant is this one. Now, it has been getting a lot of press lately. You guys know I love my phyllos. You know that I love my variegation. This kind of ticks all of those boxes because the variegation on this guy is stunning. So this, folks, is the Philodendron Illami. and it's gorgeous. It has these beautiful lobes. It's got this gorgeous marbled to sectoral variegation. These guys are not cheap. It will probably not land in my lap anytime soon. However, I can wait. I can wait for it. They are so pretty. I love variegation of any kind, so I just like want all of the variegation. You know what I mean? Like just all of it. Just if I can hold all of it. Anyway, I just like having, I have a lot of green in the collection, obviously. I do have a lot of variegated plants, but I think it's nice in a collection when you're looking, say, at a shelf with a bunch of plants on it. It's nice to have different colors, different textures, and that kind of thing, different leaf shapes. And so that's what I try to like think of when I'm setting up my space, is to have different things, to put different things together so that it's not all like green heart-shaped leaves everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Now that's just me personally. That's just like a weird, you know, thing that I do. But this definitely would look beautiful, like right here in the background of all of my videos, don't you think? I mean, not that she doesn't look beautiful. I did get scolded by some of you in my last video saying that she was distracting. She's definitely distracting, but in a good, beautiful way. Okay, let's move on to the next plant. Okay, this one I have also never seen in person, and I think they're fairly rare. I haven't seen anyone with one. I can only find like a very small few photos of them online. And so this is a philodendron, a variegated philodendron African fantasy. So not only, so here is a regular version. This is what the leaves look like. They're beautiful, and they just look very, they're very cool. They're very cool looking leaves, very different. And then this is the variegated version. I mean, I like the variegation. I like the fact that the leaf is shiny, and I find when you get shiny variegated leaves, they almost have that blended kind of look. I don't know what it is, but I came across this plant and I have just been like oohing and awing over it ever since. It is beautiful, it is stunning, and I just need to find one. I would be okay with finding like the green version for now, but eventually I really would like to find the variegated version. Although again, I'm sure that it's not one that I'm going to easily come across, but I really wish I would. Okay, so that is the variegated Philodendron African fantasy. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next plant. So this plant is not going to be a shocker that it's on my list. It is a philodendron. Shocked, I know. It is velvety, it is heart-shaped, and it is a stunner. So this is the Philodendron Luxurians, and it is, oh, it's so pretty. So it looks very similar to, like, say, a Glorious, perhaps, but the difference here is the veins are a little bit thicker, and they kind of look, I don't mean to use that word blended again, but they're kind of like, there is a word that I'm looking for, but I can never think of what it is. Diffused maybe on the edges. Does that make sense? Like of the veins? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. But they're velvety, they're beautiful. Now, from what I understand, these are a little bit more tricky to take care of than, say, the Glorious. The Glorious is like ridiculously easy. A lot of the normal philodendrons that we have, the heart-shaped philodendrons, even the velvety ones, are quite easy. This one is apparently a little bit more difficult, but I'm at the point now where I definitely do like a challenge. I can handle a more challenging plant and be able to, you know, hopefully confidently grow it. But these are really hard to nail down. But I would really like to. So, but yeah, I really like the challenge of trying to grow one and, you know, keep it looking beautiful. Anyway, I just like the challenge of growing new plants, and I know this one is a little more tricky, so I just want to try it. I just want to try it, and it's beautiful and it's stunning, and it's like that dark velvet. Okay, let's move on to the next plant. So this one is one that I found out maybe mid last year, or like mid 2020, so maybe like, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so this is the one that I found out, like I said, about like 6 or 8 months ago maybe. I haven't seen one in person, most definitely, and I think I only know of one other person personally that has one of these. It is stunning. So it is a philodendron. Okay, we should be okay now. Okay, so it is a philodendron. It is heart-shaped. It is not velvety, but it has a pink backside and a beautiful, striking, like neon green vein. It is the Philodendron Linamii, and I've never seen one for sale, let alone in anyone's collection, like on YouTube or whatever. There's not a whole lot of pictures of them in any collections on Instagram. I've seen a few photos like this one of them growing like out, like in a garden, maybe a botanical garden, I'm not sure. But they're beautiful. So the back sides of these plants, I mean, the fronts are gorgeous, but there's definitely a party going on in the back because it is beautiful. And it's like this gorgeous Pepto-Bismol kind of pink, you know? I don't know. Anyway, so that's one that's definitely been on my radar for sure. You know, it has everything that I want. The heart, the philodendron, the beautiful veining, and the pink. The pink. God, the pink. Anyway, we can move on. I'm just sitting here staring at it. My phone. See? Just... Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next plant. So the next plant is a hybrid, and it's really, really cool. It is an anthurium, and this is called the Anthurium Black Magic. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen one of these before, but it is a cross between an Anthurium Luxurians and an Anthurium Dressleri, and they're really, really cool looking. So it's got that like ripply texture. It's got that darker coloring. They are just so beautiful. I love the sinus, how it kind of comes down and up. It's a really, really cool plant. And again, it's one of those ones that's a little bit darker and the leaves are a little bit more elongated. So sitting on a collection with, you know, some lighter greened philodendrons or something like that, I just think it would be a really, really beautiful contrast. I've seen some gorgeous photos of this plant, and so anyway, that one has been on my radar lately because it's seriously stunning, and I just love the texture of that plant. Now, speaking of plant textures, it brings me to my next, and I think this is the second last one on my list. This one came on my radar a few months back, not super long time. Now, I think this particular philodendron is a little bit more tricky to take care of, but I am here for it because when you see it, this is a Philodendron Linhanoia, I believe. Let me see if I can read it. Linhanoia? We're gonna go with that, Linhanoia. Anyway, I think most people just refer to them as a Philodendron Lin. But check out the texture on the leaf. Now, this is to me like the epitome of texture. It looks like, you know, that crinkly stuff that they put in like gift bags or cheese baskets or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that, but it's got that like shine. Oh. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I do happen to have a line on one of these, but it's probably not going to be till spring unless I happen to come across another one up until then. But it's a beautiful plant. Again, I am down for the challenge of trying to grow this plant in my home. I mean, it's beautiful. It is stunning. So, whew, that is the second last plant on my list. Now, for the last plant on my list, this plant has been on my wish list since the beginning. Since the beginning, and I still haven't found one. We're going on 2 years, people. Come on. Anyway, this, as you guys probably have seen 1,000,001 times, is the Monstera Orea, or the yellow variegated Monstera. So you have your elbow. This is the yellow version, and I need it. They are harder to come by. Apparently they grow more slowly, and they're a little bit more tricky to propagate from what I'm told. But like, I have the tie, I have the elbow. This is just, it completes the collection. And I would have all 3 of them, and I can like, I don't know. Don't try to, I don't try to rationalize it. There's no, I don't need to have this plant. I would just really like to have this plant. It's still just in the back of my head, nagging on me, and I waited till number 1, or the last plant, to show you this one, because this is the one that's been on my wish list the longest, and the one I just can't seem to track down. Like, I'm at the point where, like, I will take a node. I will take a single node. I will take a wet stick of this plant. So if you have a wet stick of this plant, please let me know. Because I just would like to have it a lot. Very much. So please. Okay. Oh, I'm just in a weird mood today. Okay, so that was it. That was my 2021 plant wish list. Again, by special request, so you're welcome. Anyway, let me know which one was your favorite. Let me know if there's any on this list that you've never heard of or seen before. Also, let me know if you know of anyone who is potentially selling any of these, or just want to get rid of them because they have too many. Could happen. Probably not. Anyway, but these are the guys that have been on my, you know, my line of sight lately, ones I've been kind of on the hunt for. And I think for all of them, you can really see why they have just been like, they're just really pretty. I don't know what this was. I don't know. I'm just going to stop. Okay. So, as usual, if you are still here, you guys are so amazing. Honestly, I feel like with every video that goes by, I see all of the little emojis, or the people that can't use emojis because you're on like a desktop or whatever, just writing like snowflake or whatever. Like, it warms my heart more than I can tell you, just to like see all those, and they're so cute. Now, I am still able to respond. I don't know how I'm managing this. I've been able to still keep up with all of my comments and stuff like that. I know that from the last video, I still have some that I'm gonna have to respond to tonight or tomorrow. But I don't know at what point I'll be able to stop that. Like, I really enjoy being able to respond to everybody. And as time consuming as it is, I just have to keep doing it. Anyway, I will do it until I physically just don't have the time anymore. It does really take hours to be able to respond to all of them. But right now, it's borderlining on manageable, unmanageable. But I'm still trying to get it done because I appreciate you guys hanging around, and I appreciate you commenting so much that, you know, I want to try to be able to acknowledge you. And yeah, by commenting back, that's the best way I can do that. Anyways, whatever, Nikki. So what are we going to use today? Oh, I would like you to put a star emoji, or just write star, because what do we wish on? Stars. So go ahead and write a star emoji if you're still here listening to me ramble. God, I love you for that. Like, so much. Anyway, so keep your eye out this week. I have some really, really cool stuff coming up this week. I am so stinking excited. Anyway, you're really going to enjoy what's coming this week. I have something coming on Monday that I have been after for a while, and I finally was able to nail one down, like as of today. And I'm so excited. I have this big, huge plan in my head, and I can't always like roll out the things that I see in my head, but I really want to with this. I have high hopes. Okay, so stay around this week. I have some unboxings. I have a special thing that's coming out. And on top of that, Tuesday is the first day for Vlogmas. So that video will be out on Tuesday. It is filmed already. I just have to edit, upload, and you guys will have that. So basically, you're going to get a video on Sunday, and which is this one that you're watching now. And then you get one on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think Monday's the only day that you're not gonna get a video. I'm gonna try to keep up with this whole Vlogmas thing as best I can. They may only be 5 or 10 minutes, which is substantially shorter than like any other video that I've done usually. But I'll try to get it out for you. For those of you who are hanging home, I know a lot of places are back on lockdown now, so you know, if I can give you something funny to laugh at for a couple minutes, or even semi-interesting to watch, then I'll go ahead and do that. I am really talking too much. Okay, just gonna cut it off. Thank you guys so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already and you're still here, oh my God, thank you. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help to my channel, and I really do appreciate it. I will wrap this up by wishing all of you an amazing and wonderful day, night, week, month, and year. I love you all to bitty bits, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!